Today we're going to be checking out 10 German phrases that feel so illegal to know.
Oh, are we getting some insider information?
Let's check it out. Here we go.
There are some German expressions that native speakers use that feel so illegal to know as someone who's learning the language.
What does
And
that
these
mean,
expressions
illegal
are the
to know?
secret
Yeah.
source of the language. But let me warn you, using them comes at your own risk. In this video, I'm gonna teach you
Okay.
German phrases
I'm scared
that
now,
they don't
actually.
teach you in language schools. So the first phrase I want to show you is tja.
Yeah.
And this one is very short, but it has so much nuance. And Germans love this one. Tja is basically a German word for saying, oh well, or too bad. If someone
Something happened,
complains
like,
about
tja.
forgetting their umbrella on a rainy day, you could just say, tja, passiert. Oh well, it happens. What's great about tja is how flexible it is. You can make it sound empathetic, sarcastic, or just plain apathetic. I would say it's a perfect way to bow out of a conversation without offering any solutions. You know, sometimes in life you just can't be bothered, and that's when tja comes into play. Now the word tja can also carry a subtle hint of Schadenfreude, depending on how it's delivered.
Schadenfreude.
Now Schadenfreude means taking pleasure in someone else's misfortune.
Okay.
So let me explain. So for example, if someone spills coffee on the shirt after bragging about how coordinated they are, you can say tja. Now tja
pointing
is
out an
not
irony.
inherently malicious or anything. Germans love dry humor and understatement, and tja fits into that cultural vibe. Alright, let's move on to chill doch mal. Chill doch mal. And this is the
Chill
perfect way
doch
to
mal.
tell someone to calm down when they're being a bit too dramatic. It's like saying relax or take it easy, but with a bit of extra sauce. You would hear it when
Oh.
someone is stressing over something small, like missing a train or forgetting their keys. So picture this, your friend is freaking out about being a few minutes late for a meeting, and you just don't want to have this panicky vibe. In that case, you can say, chill doch mal, du schaffst das.
Chill doch mal.
Chill doch mal, du schaffst das. Relax, you will make it. Chill doch mal. I would say in Germany we are very pragmatic, so this phrase is a go-to for cutting through unnecessary stress and getting back to normal. It's something you
Nice.
would use with friends or people you're close to. It's definitely too casual for work settings. Don't use it with your boss, please. Now the next phrase is also very short and carries a lot of
You
nuance.
show up 2 hours late and you're just like, relax, buddy.
Na ja. Na ja is
ja.
one of those all-purpose phrases that works for a lot of
I wouldn't think that was a German word.
Yeah, a few of these are I'm surprised that it's a German word.
different situations. So hesitation, mild agreement, or acceptance. It's kind of like saying, well, or I guess. So let's say you watched a very hyped movie, but it turned out to be okay. You know, if somebody asks you whether you liked it or not, you might say, na ja, es war okay. Na ja, es war okay.
So, yeah.
Well, it was okay. And the way you say it can totally change the vibe. Uncertainty, indifference, or a polite way of saying, not really. In Germany, we use it a lot to fill in pauses or soften disagreement. Alright, bescheuert. Bescheuert is a word that is really fun, but you shouldn't overuse it. It means something like stupid or crazy, depending on the situation. So for example, if your friend suggests hiking in the pouring rain, you could say, bist du bescheuert? Bist du
Are you
bescheuert?
crazy?
Are you
Interesting.
crazy? It's also great for ranting about ridiculous situations. For example, you can use it when you find out that the only supermarket nearby is closed on Sunday. Das ist doch bescheuert. Das ist doch
Interesting.
bescheuert. That's just stupid. And this phrase is blunt, but still not too mean. So I would say it works for both serious complaints and teasing. In Germany, we tend to use a lot of expressive language, and this is one of our favorite phrases for calling out nonsense. Okay, the next word, I want to use it with caution. Hä? Hä is the ultimate way to say huh or what.
Makes
It's
sense.
super casual and perfect for when you didn't understand what someone said or you're just completely confused and lost. So imagine someone explains some complicated stuff very quickly and you're totally lost. You would just go hä to let them know. It's efficient and very German, straight to the point. But please don't
Yeah, that's
overuse
true.
it because
Don't
then it might
overuse
come
it,
off
'cause
as
it might-
rude or uneducated. Now in
Interesting.
English, there are
When I was in the Netherlands airport, I flew into the Netherlands airport. It was my first time I had ever been in Europe. I was 16 years old, and the immigration person was talking to me. His accent was very thick, and he was not talking into the mic very well. And he said, "Woo, woo, woo, woo," and I was like, "Huh?" And he's like, you do not say huh to someone you do not know.
Weird.
And he didn't do a French accent like that, but that's what he said. He's like, huh? You do not say huh to someone you don't know. And I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was just like, okay. And then, I don't know. So apparently he was very offended by that. Is that the same case in Germany?
In like the U.S., if you just say huh, it's just like, what?
Yeah.
What did you say? So if you said what did you say, it would be fine then?
Did he want like really nice, like, pardon me, sir?
What did you say? I don't know why we're going French.
I don't know. That's very interesting to see it like
Many
that.
ways to talk about money. In German, we have the word Kohle, which literally
Kohle.
means coal. In everyday German, it's slang for money. It's like saying cash in English. So if your friend wants to go to a fancy restaurant, but you don't have the money, you can say,
the Kohle.
Ich habe keine Kohle. Ich habe keine Kohle.
Did this come from, like, was this invented when, like, coal was the hot commodity in
that was
Germany?
the money or something?
It was like the oil of that time.
Any cash. It's a casual way of talking about money without getting too formal. You can even use it for jokes, like when you complain about how expensive something is. Das kostet echt viel Kohle. Das kostet echt viel Kohle. That costs a lot of money. I would say if you integrate Kohle into your vocab, you will sound more relatable. Okay, the next one is
Good to know.
money.
So how did they get cola? In America, it's dough.
Yeah, dough.
There's dough, like, is
So
that
at
like
that
cool
time,
back then?
At that time, the flour was
Everyone
a hot commodity.
Wanted to be a baker back then.
Am Arsch der Welt. Das ist am Arsch der Welt. This translates to this is in the middle of nowhere. And you use it to describe places that are really remote or hard to get to. Arsch in German means ass. So if a place is at the ass of the world, it is in the middle of nowhere. So let's say someone invites you to a village that's hours from the nearest train station. So in this case, you might say, das ist ja am Arsch der Welt. Das ist ja am Arsch der Welt. It's funny but also kind of practical because in Germany we value efficiency and you know a faraway place can feel like a logistical nightmare. Now if you are surprised or frustrated in Germany, you could say Ich glaub, ich spinne. Ich glaub, ich spinne. It means something like I think I'm losing it or I can't believe this. Now the literal translation of Ich glaub, ich spinne is I think I'm spinning. But it doesn't refer to actual spinning. Let's say you come home and see that your neighbor's dog has pooped in your garden. In this case, you might say, Ich glaub, ich spinne. Ich glaub, ich spinne. It's dramatic, but still kinda lighthearted, so it's perfect for ranting about annoying surprises or funny misunderstandings. So one more phrase that kinda feels illegal to know is, Das ist mir wurscht. You usually pronounce Wurst as wurscht. Das ist mir wurscht.
This is the
Das
worst.
ist mir wurscht.
That's my
It
guess.
literally means
I don't
that's
care.
sausage to me. But it's
Sausage
just a
to
funny
me.
way of saying
Worst
I don't
makes
care,
sense.
or it's all the same to me. So if someone asks what kind of pizza toppings you want and you really don't care, you could say Das ist mir wurscht. It's a nice way to let someone else make the decision. So a very flexible phrase that you can use in a lot of different situations is läuft bei dir. Läuft bei dir. And this literally means it's running for you. But its meaning really depends on how you use
going
it.
well?
It can be a genuine compliment, like congratulating someone on their success. Läuft
job.
bei dir. Läuft bei dir. Things are going well for you. But you often use it in a very sarcastic context, especially with friends. So imagine your friend breaks a glass, but he also bragged about being super coordinated. And in that case, you look at him and say, läuft bei dir. And if you made it to this point in the video, läuft bei dir. Now, in case you want to properly learn German, you can check out my favorite
That's very
video.
interesting. We're going to be able to remember all of these, and when we get to Germany, we're going to start rattling them off.
Everyone will think we're locals
Yeah.
as we dress up in our t-shirts and shorts.
And we'll be like, dang, what was the one about, like, it being like, about not getting free water at the restaurants. Just kidding, kidding.
And we clearly remember because we can't even think of one of them.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed. Very interesting video. It is interesting to learn about like more like slang phrases like that. Should it be illegal? I don't know.
It's interesting too, though, like direct translations versus what it like actually means sometimes.
Coal, sausage,
Yeah.
but it actually just means like something super casual. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.